Arvind Kejriwal, the biggest arrest in Liquorgate so far. Arvind Kejriwal has been arrested. Memo has been served to him. Enforcement Directorate officials and senior officials of Delhi Police still inside Arvind Kejriwal's house. A big development in the Liquorgate case. Yesterday here on Times Now, we brought to you not just the Enforcement Directorate but the CAG also talking about this entire case and this scandal and this scam costing about 2,002 crore rupees. Now the biggest arrest after Manish Sisodia, Deputy Chief Minister, then Sanjay Singh, Rajya Sabha member of the Aam Aadmi Party, today Arvind Kejriwal, Chief Minister of Delhi, being arrested. Big development. Let me go across to our guests this evening. I'll keep coming back to you, Isha, Priyank and Bhavtosh. Stay online. We'll stay on those visuals from outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence, but going across to Shehzad Poonawala. Also joining me tonight, Sanjay Jha, Anand Ranganathan. Shehzad Poonawala, my first question to you, that Atishi says Arvind Kejriwal will continue to be the Chief Minister of Delhi and will run the government from jails if required. There is no law stopping that. How do you respond to the arrest after the announcement of election dates? Is this once again going to be called vendetta politics, which it is? Because Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has also tweeted and said, चुनाव के चलते दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री श्री अरविंद केजरीवाल को इस तरह टारगेट करना एकदम गलत और असंवैधानिक है, अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल। राजनीति का स्तर इस तरह से गिराना ना प्रधानमंत्री जी को शोभा देता है, ना उनकी सरकार को। अपने आलोचकों से चुनावी रणभूमि में उतरकर लड़िए, उनका डटकर मुकाबला करिए, उनकी नीतियां और कार्यशैली पर बेशक हमला करिए, यही लोकतंत्र होता है। शहजाद पूनावाला,
देखिए, वक्त बदलता है तो काल चक्र बदलता है, तो कैसे लोग बदल जाते हैं। जो अरविंद केजरीवाल पहले वकालत करते थे कि इस्तीफा होना चाहिए और फिर जांच होनी चाहिए, और यही सोनिया गांधी की गिरफ्तारी की मांग करते थे, लालू की गिरफ्तारी की मांग करते थे, आज जब कोर्ट से राहत नहीं मिल रही, आज ही के दिन हाईकोर्ट ने राहत देने से मना किया है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है 338 करोड़ का मनी ट्रेल है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने मनीष सिसोदिया को जेल में रखा है, हाई कोर्ट ने संजय सिंह को जेल में रखा है, विजय नायर 1 साल से जेल में है। कोई भी कोर्ट ने किसी भी केस को, समन को डिसमिस नहीं किया है। तो आज अरविंद केजरीवाल कहते हैं इस्तीफा तो दूर की बात, हम जांच में भी सहयोग नहीं देंगे और अब तिहाड़ से जेल सरकार चलाएंगे। तो मान्यवर, मुझे बताइए, लालू जी भी तिहाड़ से चला सकते थे, सोनिया जी भी तिहाड़ से चला सकती थी, शरद पवार भी तिहाड़ से चला सकते थे। उस समय पर तो ये इस्तीफा की मांग करते थे, आज वो इनके साथ हो चुके हैं। दूसरी बात मैं पूछना चाहता हूं, देखिए कितना झूठ बोलते हैं भाई, इनको भारत रत्न या नोबेल प्राइज मिलना चाहिए कट्टर बेशर्मी और कट्टर झूठ के लिए। कोर्ट ने साफ साफ कहा है कि इस स्टेज पर हमें कोई रीजन नहीं पता चलता है कि हम आपके खिलाफ कोएर्सिव एक्शन ना हो ऐसा आदेश दे। हमें लगता है कि आपको अपेयर होना चाहिए, हमें लगता है कि इसमें प्रथम दृष्टया प्रमाण मिलता है। हाई कोर्ट ने सीबीआई के केस में, ईडी के केस में नहीं, बोला है कि मनीष सिसोदिया ने 100 करोड़ की मिनिमम घूस ली है। कल आपने एक सीएजी की रिपोर्ट दिखाई जिसमें 2000 करोड़ की लूट का बताया गया है। इतने प्रमाण होने के बाद भी अगर कोई ब्रेजनली बेशर्म हो, कट्टर बेशर्मी का प्रदर्शन देता हो, और बताइए ये अपने आप को संविधान के ऊपर समझते। मुझे बताइए नाविका जी, आपको समन जारी हो, मुझे समन जारी हो, 9 बार समन हम लोग ना जाए, ये कोई व्यवस्था हो सकती है क्या? A for avoid summon, B for भाग जाओ from summon, C for cover up on summon, D for divert from summon। मतलब हेमंत सोरेन 9 समन नहीं जाएंगे, आज तक वो बाहर नहीं निकले, कोर्ट ने रखा है। आज तक ये 9 समन तक क्यों नहीं गए? अगर कोई छुपाने वाली बात नहीं थी तो जाते और करते।
शहजाद जी, मैंने ऐसा कुछ नहीं किया है जिसके लिए मुझे समन आना पड़े, इसीलिए मुझे माफ रखिए, मुझे मत लाइए
केवल एक वाक्य
काल चक्र में। लेकिन
केवल एक वाक्य, देखिए काल चक्र ऐसा घूमता है। आपने शीश महल के अंदर क्या है ये दिखाने के लिए एक बार केजरीवाल से कहा था, तो उन्होंने आपके रिपोर्टर को गिरफ्तार किया। आपकी रिपोर्टर तो सहसम्मान बाहर आ चुकी है और कोर्ट ने कहा कि वेंडेटा उसके खिलाफ हुआ, पर जो शीश महल नहीं खोल रहा था, आज शीश महल में कौन है आप देख लीजिए।
काल चक्र तो घूमा है। और रवि श्रीवास्तव जी, मैं सवाल आपसे पूछती हूं, शीश महल के अंदर आज ईडी गई है और उसी 45 करोड़ के शीश महल में आज अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की गिरफ्तारी हुई है। 9 समन से उनको दिक्कत थी, लेकिन नो रिलीफ फ्रॉम द कोर्ट्स। The courts did not find merit, and it's not once or twice. He's gone to the courts repeatedly to get a stay on the summons. He hasn't got it. Not from the single judge bench of the Delhi High Court, not from the division bench of the Delhi High Court. So, Mr. Ravi Srivastav, today when the arrest happens, legally, can you question this arrest because you're not complying with the orders and the summons of the Enforcement Directorate, and you've aggravated the situation?
First, let me demolish your statement of calling the Chief Minister residence as a sheesh mahal. In an RTI reply, the Delhi government has confirmed.
No. You speak about the arrest.
No. You are talking about sheesh mahal, so I have to clarify your sheesh mahal also. Listen to it. That there was 29 crore rupees expenditure in a span of 9 years, starting from 2015 to 2022. So he's talking about that sheesh mahal and all is all a farce, and it's a bogus story. Second thing, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is a thought. He is not a person. And Delhi people and Punjab people, they'll all love him. Now, BJP is, I can say, is doing only a harakiri to themselves. They are rattled because there is no other leader who can stand and see into eye to eye Mr. Narendra Modi. The second largest party, the second largest opposition in the country, the Congress, you have stopped, frozen their bank accounts so that there is no democracy in the country. The third biggest party in the country, that is Aam Aadmi Party, you have arrested the chief minister of that. It's not going to affect any way the whole popularity that Aam Aadmi Party has in the country. It only shows that the attitude of Mr. Narendra Modi and the ruling BJP party, that they are trying to malign the Aam Aadmi Party. This court said this court said that. Honorable Supreme Court has also remarked that
they are maligning the Aam Aadmi Party by arresting him. Mr. Ravi Srivastav, when an arrest takes place, the matter will have to go to a court of law, and when it goes to a court of law, the courts will adjudicate just as they have adjudicated on the issue of the summons. But let me get in Mr. Anand Ranganathan. Anand Ranganathan ji, Arvind Kejriwal is a thought. The thought held meetings in his house. The thought met members of parliament from the south. The thought gets 100 crores as kickbacks as alleged by the ED. What kind of a thought is this which gets money, which wants to run the government from the jail? What kind of a thought is this? Because it is a thought. It is a thought that lives in the Sheesh Mahal.
Navika, as the phrase goes, the thought is.
I will come back to you, Ravi Srivastav ji. Just calm down.
30 seconds, I will tell you the thought. There was one Mr. Sharath Reddy from Aurobindo Pharma. He was arrested.
Navika, yesterday also this man was constantly heckling and interrupting.
Electoral bond.
Today also.
5 crore rupees.
I don't know what kind of.
6 months on health ground.
These rabble rousers.
And he bought electoral
Srivastav ji, Ravi.
Navika, can I please have my say? This constant heckling and interruption.
Ravi Srivastav ji, allow Anand Ranganathan to speak. I'll put all the other faders down. Anand Ranganathan, please tell me about this thought.
Navika, सब कोई कह रहा है कि वो आदमी नहीं है, वो thoughts हैं. So let me summon my thoughts and tell you, explain a little. Kejriwal is the same man who announced himself as an Aam Aadmi. And for months, he's decided that he was going to blatantly ignore the summons from a constitutional agency. And by the way, the ED conviction rate for PMLA cases is 95%. So this isn't some political witch hunt. And an Aam Aadmi respects the law of the land, doesn't he? Navika, let me also tell you, is this not the same Aam Aadmi Party that arrested a Congress MLA 6 months ago on a case that the Supreme Court had itself squashed? And the Congress MLA was arrested based on investigations carried out by ED. then AAP said, let law take its own course. And here it is not willing to make the same exception. Now, I want to give you two reasons that will always differentiate between what the fact is and what the hearsay is. Number one, for all those who say that the ED is using draconian provisions, let me inform them that each and every provision has been vetted by the Supreme Court 3-judge bench and not only ratified, but also underlined and stamped. For example, reverse burden of proof is to stay. It is not mandatory to give ECIR. Bail to be made extremely stringent. Money laundering is to be considered as heinous as terrorism. Attachment of property is to be allowed. Statements made to ED are to be made admissible. These are the facts. Number two, is it not also a fact that the Supreme Court order of 2 months ago pertained to the excise case, and the Supreme Court said the excess amount of 7% commission earned by the wholesale distributors of 338 crores constitute an offence as defined under Section 7 of the POC Act? The fact of the matter is these are proceeds of crimes, unquote. Finally, I want to say this at every step of the way. Yes, you might say ED is an arm of the government. You might be justified in saying so. But the fact of the matter is, when you accuse Modi government, are you accusing the judiciary? Because every step of the way, every inch of the crawling, where ED has summoned not one, twice, but 9 times, and today also in the High Court, the court has been adjudicating on this matter. The court has been keeping a keen eye on this. So unless you say that Modi might be corrupt, High Court is also corrupt, Supreme Court is also corrupt, you have no locus standi.
Well, let me get in Syed Abbas on this. And Abbas bhai, my question to you is simply this. 9 summons. Ordinary people are subject to the law of the land. In this case, 9 summons were sent to Mr. Kejriwal. Kabhi Vipassana hai, kabhi it is state elections, kabhi he is campaigning in Gujarat, kabhi he is campaigning in Rajasthan. Sometimes he says, you please tell me first, what is the allegation against me? Am I an accused or a witness? Nobody can put conditions on a investigation agency. You just have to comply, and it is under a law that these agencies are made. Are there separate laws for Mr. Kejriwal, just like he wants to start a separate trend of running a government from the jail, something which is diametrically opposite to what he maintained in 2013 in his avatar as a crusader in the India against corruption? What's going on? आम आदमी से खास आदमी कब बन गए अरविंद केजरीवाल? 45 करोड़ के घर में रहते हैं और लॉ की धज्जियां उड़ाते हैं.
Navika ji, that's indeed a legitimate question which I've been answering all day long. 9 summons, why hasn't he been able to appear before the enforcement directorate? And I'll answer you straight. Who is Arvind Kejriwal? He's the leader of India's fastest political party. As a matter of fact, one of the best political startup we have seen. He's the leader of not just one state, but 2 states. Punjab, where we have the Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann, and here in Delhi, we have Chief Minister Shri Arvind Kejriwal. Aam Aadmi Party is expanding, and who to better ask than the Bharatiya Janata Party? Today, I tell you, Navika ji, today the Bharatiya Janata Party is absolutely rattled by this man. Why so? 3 times Bharatiya Janata Party has not able to defeat Arvind Kejriwal in Delhi. This is a political party to look out for. Arvind Kejriwal today is indeed a revolutionary leader who's been able to bring what the Bharatiya Janata Party couldn't do in 10 years. Arvind Kejriwal was able to get 2 states. Also, let me tell you, why are my BJP friends? Shahzad bhai, आप किस बात के लड्डू बांट रहे हैं? आप क्यों खुश हो रहे हैं? क्यों celebrate कर रहे हैं? Respected sir, I challenge today the BJP spokesperson. Can you answer me? Does an arrest mean a conviction order of the High Court? Is it a conviction order of the Supreme Court? What are you trying to celebrate, sir? भाई साहब, ये सत्ता कुर्सी हमेशा नहीं रहता. कल आना है, कल वापस जाना है. Remember, Navika ji and my dear friend Shahzad bhai, ये कब तक चलेगा? अजित पवार जिसके मोदी जी कह रहे थे नेचुरली करप्ट पार्टी, आ रहे हैं अजित पवार के बहुत सारे लीडर्स आपके साथ हैं. Could you, sir, I challenge you on Times Now and tell you, could you please update me on the CBI, ED, IT cases on the Ajit Pawar faction, or leave that, or Eknath Shinde's leaders, or leave that, Himanta Biswa Sarma? Respected sir, why is today a BJP seen as a washing machine party? पहले तो वॉशिंग पाउडर निर्मा, अभी वॉशिंग मशीन भाजपा. हो क्या रहा है आपके पार्टी में? I bet and challenge on your show, Navika ji, my friend Shahzad will not answer because he has no answers. He himself has come from the Congress to the BJP. So I can completely understand. Last point, Navika ji, last 30 seconds. My dear friend, let me tell you one thing very importantly today. तुम जितना भी सच को दबाओगे तुम पराजित नहीं कर सकते शहजाद भाई। आपको बता रहा हूं मैं, सीबीआई, ईडी, आईटी आज आपके पिंजरे के तोते हो चुके हैं। लेकिन आपको बता दूं, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, सत्येंद्र जैन, मनीष सिसोदिया will come back very strongly and they will win the mandate of Delhi again. बीजेपी might try to defeat them. अरे दम है ना तो दिल्ली में हरा के दिखाओ, दम है ना तो पंजाब में हरा के दिखाओ।
अब्बास भाई, प्लीज campaigning for the political party is the birthright of Mr. Kejriwal, and nobody has objected to the fact that he has won elections. I've never contested the fact. Having said that, are laws different for chief ministers and are laws different for the Aam Aadmi is the question I asked you. Politically, he's got the votes of the people, which is why he's the chief minister. But he has not got the vote of the people to do a scam. And if there is a scam, the investigation should happen. And let me tell you, हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी जी, ये बार-बार जो इलेक्शन जीतने No, Abbas bhai, now just hold your horses. I want to tell you how many times courts have gotten into this matter. February 6th, ED moved Delhi's district court against Kejriwal's non-compliance on summons. District court on February 7th took this and asked Kejriwal to appear in court on 17th of February. Kejriwal virtually appeared before the district court on 17th February and cited trust motion in assembly, sought an extension till March 16. On 6th March, the ED moved a second complaint against Kejriwal of non-compliance. On March 14, Supreme Court was moved by Arvind Kejriwal. On March 15, Kejriwal's plea against order of district court was refused by the Supreme Court, no less. Then Kejriwal appeared on March 16 before the district court, was given bail, 15,000 personal bond and 1 lakh security, he got bail. March 18th, he was summoned again for the 9th time. And Arvind Kejriwal moved Delhi High Court once on 21st and then again to the division bench. Nowhere in no court has he got any relief. इतना चौड़े किस बात के लिए हो रहे हैं कि भाई सिर्फ राजनीति पे बात हो रही है, इस कोर्ट के पूरी कार्रवाई पर कोई एक शब्द बोलने को तैयार नहीं है। हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी जी,
सबसे पहले तो मैं ये कहूंगा कि ईडी एजेंसी बहुत ठीक काम नहीं कर रही। ये तरीका नहीं हो सकता है। ईडी के पास इतने सॉलिड प्रूफ थे कि हाईकोर्ट से राहत नहीं मिली और इतने समन्स का इंतजार करती रही। क्या आम आदमी होता तो उसको उठाकर अब तक ईडी ने जेल में नहीं डाल दिया होता? क्या एक सामान्य सा दरोगा एक पुलिस स्टेशन में छोटी सी रिपोर्ट हो जाए तो उस पर अब तक उसकी गिरफ्तारी नहीं होती और 10वें सम्मन पर जाकर गिरफ्तारी होती? सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक आम आदमी पार्टी चली गई है और अब्बास जी इतना बढ़िया भाषण कर रहे हैं। अरे भाई, ऐसा ही था तो पंजाब में अपने मंत्री को क्यों जेल भेज दिया था? वो भी तो जीत कर आया था ना विधायक बनके। क्यों यहां पर एक मंत्री के ऊपर आरोप लगा तो उसको हटाना पड़ा था? क्या चुनाव जीतना, भ्रष्टाचार करने का, गलत तरीके से पैसे करने का, शराब कंपनियों के साथ मिलकर उगाही करने का उसका कोई राइट दे देता है क्या? अधिकार दे देता है क्या? और ये मामला तो सबसे कमाल का है। इसमें तो देश के अलग अलग हिस्सों में जिस तरह से लिकर पॉलिसी को लेकर लिकर स्कैम किया गया, साउथ से लेकर नॉर्थ तक, दिल्ली सेंटर में बैठा हुआ है, पंजाब से लेकर हैदराबाद तक, ये तो कमाल हो गया। इसका मतलब कि इतने शातिर तरीके से और उसमें अगर पूरी सरकार शामिल है, मुख्यमंत्री शामिल है, उप मुख्यमंत्री जो शराब मंत्री हैं वो शामिल है, दूसरे लोग शामिल हैं, तो ये तो मुझे लगता है कि आजाद भारत के इतिहास में ऐसा भी मामला कोई नहीं हुआ। ठीक बात है कि जिस तरह की तरक्की आम आदमी पार्टी की हुई उतनी तरक्की किसी पार्टी की नहीं हुई। भारतीय जनता पार्टी को धीरे धीरे सत्ता मिली, यहां तो अचानक सत्ता मिली। क्या हुआ, सत्ता शायद नहीं पचा पाए क्या? यह सवाल भी खड़ा होता है और न्यायालयों को भी यह सोचना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि वो अगर इस तरह के मामलों में ज्यादा मौके देते हैं तो आम जनता ये सवाल तो पूछेगी ना, माय लॉर्ड हमारा क्या दोष है? ये सवाल तो पूछा जाएगा। और ईडी जैसी एजेंसी से भी यह सवाल पूछा जाएगा कि जब तीसरे सम्मन के बाद आप न्यायालय में जाकर उनसे यह ऑर्डर ले सकते थे तो आपने 9 सम्मन का इंतजार क्यों किया। लेकिन नविका जी, आज जब यह गिरफ्तारी की खबर आ रही है तो यकीन मानिए इस देश को भी पता है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल को जितना मौका मिलना चाहिए था उससे ज्यादा मौका मिला है। और मैं फिर से कह रहा हूं, अगर अरविंद केजरीवाल पर जो भी आरोप लगेंगे, जो चार्जशीट आई, क्योंकि अभी तो आरोप लगे भी नहीं, अभी तो सिर्फ पूछताछ हो रही है, कल को अगर वो न्यायालय से कानूनी तौर पर खारिज होता है तो हम उसकी बात करेंगे। लेकिन आज अरविंद केजरीवाल इस घोटाले में बुरी तरह से फंसते दिख रहे हैं।
Sanjay Jha, my question is only so much. Of course, everything that is being stated by the Enforcement Directorate will have to go through the legal process and will be examined by the courts. Nobody is saying that there is a conviction that the allegations are true and that Arvind Kejriwal should be hanged. But there are two issues that I want to raise today. 9 summons. Does anybody wait to serve 9 summons to an ordinary person the way it was, given to Arvind Kejriwal? Do honest, ordinary people not have to obey the law of the land? And on the second issue, where it is being now stated by all his party members, the ministers, the Speaker of Delhi Assembly, that so what if he is arrested? He is going to run the government from the jail. I want to ask you, all those who stood wherever they could on very many platforms, rallies, and said that constitution is in danger. Today, have they lost their voice? Is this what our forefathers made the constitution for? That people in power could actually defy and just run their own laws of the land?
Navika, there are two aspects to the answer. One is obviously judicial or legal. The other is political. As far as the legal is concerned, I think Aam Aadmi Party has articulated their opinion quite vociferously, I think. I think there is one selective cherry picking being done here because the gentleman who spoke before me, trying to sound as if he was the fountainhead of legal knowledge, skipped a very elementary truth that the Delhi High Court today actually gave a notice to the ED saying we give you enough time to come up with substantive documentary evidence that you have a case against Arvind Kejriwal. So while it did not stop a potential arrest of Arvind Kejriwal, they actually gave a notice to the ED to say that we do not know whether you have sufficient basis, information or foundation to proceed against Kejriwal. They gave them time. But the very fact that the ED has acted today actually makes it a political case. And I'll give you a short answer. There are a couple of developments that, Navika, you have to juxtapose one next to the other. The Indian National Congress's bank accounts are frozen. I can tell you that anybody who knows tax logs will tell you how easy it is to do that, normally used as an item of intimidation and threat. And this is being done to the largest political party in India during the time of the election. Arvind Kejriwal has been arrested, a very popular leader, and I can tell you why Narendra Modi is terribly nervous of Kejriwal. And I've said so openly in programs, I've tweeted about it. Arvind Kejriwal as an orator beats Narendra Modi hands down. There is no comparison between the two of them. And I think he would be worried that if Arvind Kejriwal went campaigning, it will hurt the BJP tremendously because Arvind Kejriwal is not only going to campaign for the AAP, he'll campaign for the India Alliance. Third, Hemant Soren is in jail. I mean, can we ignore the fact that 2 chief ministers have gone into jail in the case in the last few weeks? And you have the bank accounts of the Congress party frozen. This is telling you, Navika, a serious message. And I'll tell you why I'm taking a huge reason to take some positive out of this. Is the BJP in some serious electoral panic? Does Narendra Modi know something that nobody else does? Is the BJP today demonstrating to all of us that if he's got a hat trick, if the BJP is on a roll, no party would do what the BJP is doing today? We all know that the ED is a political instrument in the hands of the BJP. So if they are doing what they're doing, there is something seriously a fault line that nobody is able to predict, but I'm sure Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah know the truth. There is a groundswell against the BJP across the country.
Okay, Mr. Modi, very nervous. I'm coming to you, Shehzad, because Abhijit Iyer Mitra hasn't spoken. After that, I'll come to you, Shehzad, and you will rebut everybody's charges one by one.
If I could just take 20-30 seconds to rebut it, because it's
okay,
essential.
all right, go ahead.
First of all, Mr. Kejriwal's so-called oratory has been around from 2014, where he lost the Lok Sabha elections, got less than nota in 2019, and also he has one MP, we have 303, par hum dar gaye. He lost 204 seats per deposits in the last round of assembly elections, where he was doing star pracharakgiri. But having said that, it's not about his oratory or popularity, it's about the legality. And Sanjay Jha, you were celebrating the Supreme Court verdict on Chandigarh. Today the courts have denied him any relief. This is the first time I'm hearing that because the court has issued a show cause and has said specifically, we do not stop any agency from any course of action they may or may not want to take. You're saying that the agency is not now duty bound because they've been issued a show cause to not arrest somebody. But has the summons been quashed? As per your logic, you were saying summons were illegal. Why haven't the summons been declared illegal? Why hasn't Sanjay Singh got relief from High Court? Why hasn't the Manish Sisodia got relief from Supreme Court? Why hasn't Vijay Nair got relief? Also, apart from that, Sanjay Jha, I have only one question to ask. You are whatever you are, you're suspended, logic and status both. But the official Congress till last month was saying that this case reeks of corruption and that he must be arrested. Now, has the Congress party done a U-turn? And secondly, the same ED, which you are saying is a handmaiden of the government, is the same ED that has been used by the Arvind Kejriwal government in Punjab to arrest Mr. Khera. That basis has been used. So how is ED good there? The same ED, the Aam Aadmi Party was saying should have arrested.
Absolutely valid questions demolishing Sanjay Jha's argument, but I'm going straight outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence because there's movement there. The road outside his house is being cleared up. Isha, my colleague, joining me from there. And Isha, please show us the visuals. And is Arvind Kejriwal being brought out any moment now? What can you see and tell our viewers?
Yes, in fact, currently at the moment we can see that the police is completely clearing out the way. We are expecting that that Arvind Kejriwal will be taken out from this gate. In fact, these ropes have also been placed just right now. The police has completely cleared off this road. In a few minutes from now, we are expecting the joint CP of Delhi, Ravinder Yadav, his car went inside. We are expecting that entire convoy to come out. It will also consist of Arvind Kejriwal here. At the moment, that was the bus that was also being used for detaining protesters, and you can see that this road is completely being emptied. All the protesters who did come here, even one of them, if they were raising slogans, they have been pushed back into the buses. And the police is maintaining that no protester will be there on that road. The media personnel has also been cleared. The rope is being carried. In fact, here also I request my camera person to show you the visuals. The barricading has gone to this side. We are expecting Arvind Kejriwal to walk out of here any moment from now, to be taken out of here any moment from now. Preparations fully in place. Just a few seconds in, just a few moments from now, we will see the Chief Minister of Delhi, arrest the Chief Minister of Delhi.
You keep your cameras trained there. We'll come back to you as soon as we see movement there. There is more information coming in from the Supreme Court. The registrar listing says the vacation registrar who entertains pleas for urgent hearing has not got any request for an immediate hearing from the Aam Aadmi Party. Hearing looks highly unlikely tonight. Sources are saying that though Kejriwal has moved the Supreme Court, crucial additional documents are still to be found, so will press for a hearing tomorrow morning only. As of now, no hint of any hearing taking place in the Supreme Court tonight. Meanwhile, we're also seeing movement on the gates of Arvind Kejriwal's residence. Priyank Tripathi, my colleague, on another gate, two gates, one side Isha, she's towards the back end side of the Sheesh Mahal, Priyank Tripathi in the front lane of Arvind Kejriwal's residence. And Priyank, what can you see? Are they keeping reporters guessing, the media guessing which gate is Arvind Kejriwal going to come out from?
See, Navika, there are two possibilities because there are only two entry and exit point which can be used by the ED officials. That's why the Delhi police senior officials have come out, and Ravindra Yadav was also here. We saw the joint CP of the range who is also here to see the best possible route. There is only one possibility which is left for the police official is to give a best way for the ED officials from here. The big problem was the large number of supporters who had gathered here, but since the number of supporters have moved towards this other side where Isha is standing, certainly the Delhi police could be possibly using this stretch of the road to give a clear passage for Arvind Kejriwal to be taken to the enforcement directorate. Let's show you what is there on the main road. That is the main road where Sachin will be showing you. This is the main road, Navika, which is right opposite to the Delhi Sachivalay. Just few moments back, we saw that this road had very huge traffic jam. Now both the carriageways have been stopped. The Delhi police has certainly given a clear passage for all those vehicles. So the possibility of Arvind Kejriwal being taken away from the gate from where Isha is standing is certainly slowly going down, because this is a route which could be taken by the ED official, knowing the fact that most of the AAP supporter, after listening to the breaking information that Arvind Kejriwal has been arrested, moved to the other side, and looking at the less number of supporter, this is the only possibility. But it's going to be very important that whether the Supreme Court hearing will actually happen or not, because what we're getting to know that the Registrar General does not have information regarding this particular petition which has been moved from the side of Arvind Kejriwal, because today we saw that High Court has given no relief. The petition of no coercive action against Arvind Kejriwal, which was moved by the councils of Aam Aadmi Party, was certainly clubbed with the petition, the regular petition.
We'll keep our cameras trained, and let me go across. Thanks, Priyank. We'll keep coming back to you, and I'm getting across to Abhijit Iyer Mitra. Sorry for making you wait, but Abhijit, fast developments happening right outside there, and any time now Arvind Kejriwal will be brought out. Vivek Silas of the Samajwadi Party also joining the debate. But Abhijit, once again, does the political argument that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is using, the Aam Aadmi Party is using, Dr. Sanjay Jha is using, does it actually stand, especially in a matter that is legal? A scam, swindling of money charge, money laundering charge, these are not political allegations. These are allegations that will have to be proved in a court of law. So I want to ask you, is the response becoming more political because there are no legal answers to defend the charges against Arvind Kejriwal?
So the the answers that are being thrown up aren't political now, Navika. They're farcical. They're just trying to throw dust. Let me just separate all the strands, because I think the way Sanjay has woven, he's managed to confuse enough of our viewers. There are three issues here. The ED's heavy-handedness, which should be condemned, but the ED has always been heavy-handed since, Indira Gandhi and co. founded it, or Nehru founded it. I don't know who founded it. They've always been like this. This is not a new modus operandi for them. The second is the privilege that Arvind Kejriwal gets. Everybody else has to respond within the first 3 notices, or then you get arrested on the 4th. He has been given 9. Separate issue. The third, which I am going to focus on, is corruption. Now, in corruption, there are 3 aspects out here. The first is the license aspect. The second is the procedural aspect, and the third is the profit aspect. What was the procedural aspect? It was such a badly drafted policy that it went back to Indira Gandhi's license Raj. This was not capitalism, where anybody who can pay a license fee is given this thing. This was competitive bidding. It was artificially divided into 32 zones, where there would only be 27 people, 27 vendors in each zone, and every municipal ward would have 2 to 3 vendors. This in itself, we know from Indira Gandhi's license Raj days, was meant to be for corruption. This is how everything, this is why you were burdened with just one car, the ambassador, for so long, for 30, 40 years after your independence, right? We know for a fact that this is a corrupt issue. We know from all the raids that have happened that money is exchanged hands out here in some form or the other, because the second part of it is that some of the L1 licensees then started outsourcing their giving credit notes and things like that, which was a violation, first of all, of the L1 award in itself. Which brings me to the second point, which is the process violation. Not only were those L1s giving all these credit notes to the retail vendors and things, which they were not meant to do, the government also, without consulting the LG, then waived the license fee for 144 crores, the tendered license fee, which they were not allowed to do. The third point we come, which is the profit aspect of it, which the government claims there was a loss and the AAP claims there was an 8,000 crore profit. That I think is, these profit and loss calculations are up in the air. They don't prove corruption. But the first two, the procedural violation and the way the wards were divided and the L1, L2 contracts were given, and the entire way in which certain things were discounted. Now, you see, discounting can totally happen. You can reduce the price, give discounts and things, and your sales will zoom because of quantity. That is perfectly fine. True. The problem here is you pick specific foreign vendors, like 50 rupees discount on the 50 rupee import fee on beer and things like that, to deliberately, very targeted. It wasn't a blanket this thing. It was for very specific foreign vendors that it was done. Why? So there is so much selectivity out here. The corruption is so in your face, a 5-year-old child can say it's corruption.
No, but this is being called a political vendetta, and Vivek Silas, the entire political class today is up in arms again, calling this murder of democracy, constitution being derailed. Derek O'Brien of the Trinamool Congress, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, all of them coming out, and we can take all of those tweets on air, to see the political reaction coming in. My question, Vivek Silas, is nobody can actually call this illegal because A, there is no stay from the courts stopping the ED for the arrest, number one. And number two, this matter will go to court. Manish Sisodia has gone up to the Supreme Court but has not got bail for 1 year in the liquor scam. Sanjay Singh, since October till today, has gone up to the Supreme Court and not got bail till date. Arvind Kejriwal has been given enough and more opportunities, 9 summons, doesn't want to even appear and answer questions, and has got no relief from the courts. So what are we saying? That the constitution has been shredded to pieces. This is going by the law, and the law as it stands today.
Yes, very good evening to you, Navika ji. I think if we see the legality of it, yes, it is very much legal, and finally the court has to decide about it. But here, Mr. Kejriwal is the Chief Minister of Delhi, and if we see, there are so many other Chief Ministers like...
So he should not be arrested? He should not be summoned?
Pawar. No, he should be definitely be summoned if the CBI thinks, but definitely it looks like a political vendetta. I'll tell you how and why. Because the Chief Minister of Assam also has a lot of cases against him. But people should know that why the CBI or the ED are not going to his house. Why? That is a question. Everyone is talking about it. It's on the streets. The common man is talking about it. Why only Mr. Kejriwal? Why only Mr. Hemant Soren? Why only the accounts of the Congress party are being frozen? What about Mr. Ajit Pawar, whom the Honorable Prime Minister himself said that he is a model of corruption? Why the ED or the CBI is not going to him? There are many other leaders, countless leaders who are in the party who are involved in cases of corruption, and ED is absolutely mum and quiet. ED also says that we have lost the files. Can anyone damn believe it? No one can believe it, Navika ji, that the ED has lost the files. This is no excuse. Ultimately, it will come out.
Fair question. Let me get in Anand Ranganathan to answer this. Anand Ranganathan, okay, all right, fair point made. Anand Ranganathan, is the ED being selective? Are BJP and other corrupt leaders who join the BJP going through a washing machine, while only the ones who don't comply to the pressures of the BJP facing the music? It's a charge that the opposition has made several times, but does that charge stand today when the courts have not given any relief to Arvind Kejriwal?
Navika, 3 points. Number one, I don't agree that ED is or BJP is a washing machine. It is now a dhobi ghat. And ED is one of the mechanisms by which washing machine has been turned into a dhobi ghat. The fact of the matter is, yes, ED is selective and there is data to prove it. 95% of the leaders, politicians who are being investigated by ED are from the opposition. So yes, that's a fact. But again, I ask and I reiterate here, how is that connected to the happenings of today or of a month where Kejriwal has been summoned 9 times? Because as I say and I repeat, every single foot of the way, the court is supervising this. So yes, while the ED is totally not independent, the fact of the matter is when the courts are overseeing it. For example, let me give an example of CBI. Now, yes, CBI also is biased. It is not independent at all. And I was the first one to say this, that right now, the shoulder that the parrot is sitting on is Narendra Modi's shoulder. But is it also not a case that Kolkata High Court was listening to the whole Sandesh Khali matter and Kolkata High Court ordered the police there to shift the perpetrator, give him away to the CBI? So when matters reach the court, you have to end and you have to accept that, yes, the bias is no longer valid in cases where the court is supervising. And today is the exemplar of such case, where right from day one, from the first second, Kejriwal has been calling on the court, not only just the lower courts, but the higher court as well. And today, right now, he's gone to the highest court. So please tell me, yes, the ED is biased, Vivek ji, but how is that connected to what the Kejriwal government or Arvind Kejriwal has been subjected to? Two are different things, sir.
Well, I have only 2 minutes, 30 seconds on this show. So respond to that, Saeed Abbas.
Very simple. I'm very glad. This is the reason why, Navika ji, I've always held great respect for my friend Anand Ranganathan. He has said it there. There's a neutral point that indeed ED is selective, indeed ED is biased, and that is the fact. Now, the question that he's raised, what about the courts? What about the judges? Same to my dear friend Anand Ranganathan. I asked him today, sir, the courts will certainly decide. But the way the BJP is crafting this, is Arvind Kejriwal a criminal? Is there a conviction order from the High Court? Is there a conviction order from the Supreme Court? Absolutely nothing. We need to understand today the Bharatiya Janata Party is losing all its might.
My friend, he has not even answered. He has not even answered a single question. He has not responded to 9 summons. That is why he has forced the hand of the Enforcement Directorate. Of course, the conviction will have to come when the courts see that the evidence is stacked up. If not, Arvind Kejriwal will be released. The question that I am asking tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is just this much. I'm asking, has Arvind Kejriwal forced and aggravated his case by making the ED really take this opportunity to arrest him, because he's completely ignored 9 summons and he has got no relief from the states? Isn't the ED now well within its rights to go out and arrest him? It's a question. And political rhetoric aside, there is place for whether this should be the timing before the elections. Is it the timing? I completely agree with this. Arvind Kejriwal popularly elected. But does that mean that popularly elected politicians have a separate law from the law that is followed by the Aam Aadmi? It's a question the Aam Aadmi Party's chief minister will have to answer. His house, the Sheesh Mahal, today has visitors of security forces, ED officials, all asking him the questions, because has he forced their hand and got no relief from the courts? Is it illegal, or is there only a political argument that is left, and that can be repeated ad nauseum because it is election season? As I say, thank you to all my panelists. I also bring in my colleague, Executive Editor Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan, joining me tonight. And Madhav, handing over to you, big day. Many developments from the courts right to the Sheesh Mahal of Arvind Kejriwal, where the arrest has been made and now anytime now, he, along with the security officials and ED officials, will be brought out. How's it looking? What's going to be the road from here to the ED headquarters, and what's in store for Arvind Kejriwal? For all of that, I hand over to you to take this live coverage forward.